Yeah, welcome along. Just get set up our dimensions here. I think we're all right. Let's lower that down a touch. Martin Nutgrove, not too far from yourself. Great to have you with us on YouTube. Very welcome along. So very welcome along to our chair gym today. So with myself, Shane, always just having my good strong chair, bottle of water. Might have a window open, although it is quite, it's not too nice outside, so maybe not too wide. We'll just have a little bit of air coming in. So I'm just going to guide us through a couple of movements, just some nice light movements just on Monday to get us moving and active and hopefully feeling good and feeling different body parts. A couple of things I had planned for today, which are to work a little bit on the hips, working a little bit down around the ankles, the toes and the heels, just to give a little bit of attention, and also just a little bit of upper body work, particularly going to work the chest today as well. Yeah, perfect. So we're all good there. Great stuff. So we'll get started. We'll get active. I should also just say, getting a little bit of building work done. We're getting a toilet fitted. We've been like about 6 months. So you might hear a bit of kind of crashing and bang in the background, a bit of noise. So sorry if you do hear a little bit of noise in the background. Well, let's get straight in and let's get into it with a warm up. So shoulders first. Just going to break this down a little bit today. So I sit nice and tall, lift the right shoulder and then lift the left shoulder. So I'm just going to break this down one shoulder at a time. Just lifting one and then the other side. So right shoulder, left shoulder, just lifting up. Okay, I'm just trying to separate that movement. Just get as much movement as you can. Don't need to be too kind of harsh or powerful. Just a nice lift of one side at a time. Lifting the shoulder up. Now, from there, what I'm going to do is just, again, keep it nice and tall. Fold the arms and just start lifting the arms directly in front. Just lifting those arms straight in front to about shoulder height. Just start off connecting with my shoulder at this point. And then if I keep the arms elevated and just gently move down towards knees and then back up. Now, as I'll always say, with movements like this, it's not about touch and being perfect of arms down to the knees. Just move as far as you are comfortable with. Thinking of those arms down towards your knees. Just getting a little bit of movement, leaning forward as far as comfortable here. And I'll go once more. Keeping those arms folded and raised. I want to rotate to the left and then over to the right. So moving through the upper body. A nice stretch through my back. And just allowing my head to flow nice and light with the movement as I go side to side. Just taking your time, just not to rush. Kind of slowly explore the two sides, how far you can comfortably go without any pain. But just maybe opening up a little bit more as you go along through this one. Now, bringing hands down to right leg, just slowly stretch down towards foot and then back up. And again, I don't need to physically reach the foot here, just stretch towards as far as comfortable. I'm just gently pushing forward and then just straightening back up. And then I'll swap sides, bringing hands to my left leg. And again, just nice and light stretch forward and then back up. And again, I'll just go as far as I am comfortable here. Okay, now, just to bring the arms up, just because, when the weather gets a little bit colder, what I'll often do is just a little bit more work on some of the smaller little joints like the wrist, which can maybe get a little bit tight and a little bit stiff. So simple little actions. If I straighten the arms out and just start lifting the hands up. So just raising the hands up, just going to turn that to the side. Jackie, welcome along, great to have you with us. Just checking everything there, yeah, perfect. So just lifting the hands up And that's what I know I'm out of shot here on Facebook, but really I just want you to see that action lifting up from the wrists. Okay, just getting a little bit of movement. Now, if I turn so the palms of the hands are faced up, and now try and curl from the other way. It's going to be really tough. Keeping the arms out straight and just curling the hands up. And see how I find that one. A little bit tougher, no doubt. And back down. Okay. Just want to take it into a march next. Just kind of comfortable back in the chair, nice and upright. And just march it out. Just get the legs moving. Main thing with your warm up, that you just bring that heart rate up a little bit, loosen the body out a little bit, and warm it up. So you're just kind of ready to try more challenging movements within the main session itself. So just continue our march here, just keeping it moving, nice and light. And what we'll do from here is just to lightly extend the legs out one at a time. Just keep this very relaxed. Just extend one leg and then the other. And then we'll bring it straight back into a march, just keeping it moving here. And then let's go again, just extending the legs out. Just swap between the two. And finally, just want to open up the hips a little bit here. So I'll open the right leg and then left leg. And I just think stepping out to the sides. Marie, great to have you with us. Paddy Brack. Okay, and just bring it back to a march. And then one final area in our warm-up, we're just going to give a little bit of attention down around the ankles here. So what I will do is lifting my right foot up. I might just lightly hold on to that knee. Do not have to hold on, but I just like to sometimes hold on. And start drawing a small, or a nice big circle, but nice and slow with your foot. So just going around in a circle and getting as much movement as I comfortably can here. Drawing a big circle. What I want to do is slowly with this movement, as opposed to going really quickly. And then if I change direction back the opposite way, keeping that movement nice and slow and controlled. And down. I'm just going to switch sides, lifting my left knee up, and I'm just going to lightly hold it with my two hands and just start drawing circles with your left foot. So the toes of my foot are drawing a nice big circle, and I'm getting as much movement as I comfortably can from that ankle, through that ankle. But again, the challenge and what's difficult here is to slow this down. Naturally, you want to speed up and go really quick, but I just take a little bit of time to go as slow as I comfortably can here. And down. Okay, so that is our warm-up finished. I'm going to move into our main blocks of work. Facebook Sylvia, afternoon, great to have you with us. So what I'm going to do first of all is just work through the lower body. I'm going to work my hip, and then we're going to work more directly the leg and just a little bit of movement. So first one, what I want to do is sit a little bit forward in my chair and straighten my right leg out. So my right leg is nice and straight. I am on the heel of my foot. I might hold the arms or the side of my chair, and I just simply want to open the leg to the sides and back and front. So control and movement is from the hip. Upper body stays fixed in position. It doesn't move. I just want you to focus on opening that right leg out. Really what I want is just control again, that you're never kind of forcing or opening this leg really quick. I don't want to harshly pull the leg or swing to the side. I just want it very controlled, open to the sides. It shouldn't take much to kind of activate and feel that your hip is working here. Very kind of simple movement maybe to look at, but it can be challenging enough and tiring enough to perform. So let's keep going. That right leg is straight, and you just open out to your side. Another point here, don't force the leg out too far. This will be all of a couple of inches. What areas help with this movement? Well, my hip is really active, and we might feel part of our glute as well here. So at the back here. So just open the right leg out and back in. And I'll just go for 2 more. And then once more. And back in. Now I want to switch sides. So I straighten my left leg. I'm on the heel of my left foot. And I open that leg. Now, for some of us, this might be a tiny little range of movement. Some of us might get a little bit further. It's absolutely fine. The main thing is you're working in a range where you're not feeling any pain. We are happy with the movements. But as I said, the one thing I want to take out of this is just control from that hip. A nice controlled open to the side and back in. As opposed to swinging that leg out really harshly here. Let's just continue nice and controlled as we open that leg out. Again, I don't really want to set a timer with the reps here. I just want you to explore this movement, see what kind of range you can work in, and just see how this feels after performing a number. When it comes to the hip, I generally expect it to feel a bit challenging and tough, but afterwards, particularly after the session, it might feel a bit better as we return back in. So yeah, maybe that feels a bit tired now, but overall you're building up strength and movement ranges within the hip, so always good. Next, I'm going to show you this one from the side position. What I want to do is sit again a little bit forward in my chair. I straighten my right leg out. I am on the heel of my foot, and I want to pull that right foot back all the way until I'm on my toes. So straighten the leg out, pull all the way back. So again, we might feel a little bit of connection on the back of the leg here. Getting a nice movement through the ankle and control and movement through the knee as well. We'll just keep it nice and steady, pulling the leg back. Pretty much like the last movements. Avoiding pulling that leg back really harshly. Just nice and controlled, pulling the leg back. As those who are familiar with my sessions know, I like to break some of these movements down like this. Just pay a little bit of attention and time working through one side of the body like this. Sometimes the movement might look very simple, but when you actually just slow it down and work through it like this and perform lots of repetitions, you can be surprised just how challenging maybe it actually is. So let's just keep it going, pulling that leg back. And rest. So I want to switch it up and now work through the left side. So straighten that left leg out in my heel, pull back until I'm on my toes. Not essential that you get back to your toes. I just want you to pull back as far as is comfortable to you. And then just straighten the leg out. Pull back, straighten out. And we just continue on. And again, I just like to do lots and lots of repetitions. Maybe some movements will do less. But movements like this, just giving you a chance to explore the movement. Maybe you need to kind of shorten the range. Maybe you can do a little bit more as you go along. So just explore it, get a feel, see how that feels for your body. Is it hard, easy? Just kind of building up. We'll go for 2 more. And once more. And rest. Brilliant work. Good start. So, as I like to do, we're going to come back, try that out a second time. If there was anything uncomfortable there, we always say if something is painful, just to leave the movement out. But we'll explore that one more time. So let's go back to the start. First movement. Again, you can sit a little bit forward if that's comfortable. I want you to straighten your right leg out. I might hold the sides of my chair and just open that right leg to the side. So a straight leg opens from front to side, but not within a huge range of movement here. Just very controlled. Open to the side and back in front. Okay, so I'm just never forcing this really far and I'm not going really fast. But I do separate that my upper body doesn't move, so I'm not turning with the movement. It's all just from my hip, nice and controlled, opening my leg to the side, from front to side. Maybe the second time you can get a little bit further with the range, that's okay. But again, not necessary to bring this really wide. Let's go for 2 more, and then we'll switch it up. And back in. Straighten out the left leg now. And again, just begin opening to the side, back and front. Okay, so your left leg is straight, and you're just opening from front to side here. Again, my hip is controlling this. It's like the power base of the movement. That left hip is just open from front to side. Okay, let's go for another couple here. Maybe 2 more. And 1 more. And back in. Okay, not easy. Really well done. We're going to go for our pull back next. So again, I just want to adjust my angle here. So again, just I might sit a little bit forward. I straighten my right leg out. I'm on my heel. And I will just pull the leg back as far as I comfortably can. And then straighten out. So pull back and straighten out. And I'll just continue between those 2 positions. Pull back, straighten out. Pull back, straighten out. So I go from the heel to the toes of my foot. I might feel the back of my leg, a little bit of work. Getting movement, control through that knee. Movement down around the ankle. Lots of different little elements here. And we'll just keep it nice and controlled, pulling back. Just breaking it down, working through the right leg on its own here. And another couple here. Windy enough outside, hopefully not too bad wherever you're tuned in. Let's swap sides. Straighten that left leg. I'm on my heel. Pull back. Again, pull back. Straighten out. Pull back. And we keep going. And I go from roughly the heel to the toes of my foot. Pulling back as far as I comfortably can here. Okay, last couple of times through that left leg, working really hard. I might get just 2 more if that's okay. And then once more. And back in. Right. Now, so we're going to give those lower limbs a bit of a break. Now we'll give the hips, the legs a little break. We'll work a little bit through the upper body. So a little bit of focus now on our chest, and our shoulders will be quite active as well with these next movements. I'm just going to push this poster a little bit out of my way, so I'm not hopefully hitting into it for the next movement. So this movement for me is just about opening. If you feel maybe a little bit tightness, stiffness around the chest, this is just a nice rotational and kind of open movement. So I'll show what I mean. If I place my arms out in front, palms of the hands face each other, I want to open my right arm and track the movement with my head. So I'm going to follow my hand with my head, and I want to open out that chest here. I'll return back to the center and then open my arm out to the left, and I want to open up my body with that movement. Pull back as far as comfortable, return back to center. So not a perfect front to side. I want you to open that arm as far as is comfortable to you. Don't force anything, but just open side to side and allow your body to rotate, allow your body to open up with the movement, and spending a second or 2 in each position. I might lightly exhale as I open to the side. And then I'll just inhale as I return to center. Just opening out that chest a little bit here, following the hand with my head, and then return back to center. I'm not going to do too many of these. I just want to slow, controlled, just a couple of times. And let's go once more in each direction. Open out to the right. Open out that chest. Should feel quite nice. Return back to center. And then once more, open out to the left. Just open up the body. And return back in. Nicely done. Okay, so next movement, this is a nice little combination. Sometimes I'll do is put two movements together into one exercise, as it were. So I'm going to work a little bit of the chest, shoulders as well. Might even feel a little connection with the upper back. So you can feel different things. If you lightly place your hands together, I like to fully interlace the fingers for this one. I want to push out from chest as far as I comfortably can. Return. And then push straight up towards the ceiling and back to chest. So push in front, return, push up towards ceiling, return. So always reset, push in front, and then press up to the ceiling. Here we can just work in a range that's comfortable, so you can just press, particularly that pressing overhead action might be more challenging. Just work in a range that's good to you. You don't need to press too high. Or if you find it really difficult, maybe you want to just press straight in front. So again, just explore the movement, get a feel for it, what works best for you. We can work our chest, might feel our shoulders, even the arms might feel a little bit heavy with this movement combination. So we're going to go once more with each movement of pushing forward and back down. Okay. So one more movement, and this will again work the shoulders more specifically and a little bit of coordination within the movement itself. So what I want to do, reset nice and tall. I want to raise one arm in front and one arm to my side, and then switch. So always one arm in front and always one arm to the side. And we just continue to switch. So a front and side raise, but combining. So your two sides are doing a different job, as it were. One is raising in front, one is raising to the side. So, and just a little bit of coordination. Just have to think a little bit for this movement. And we are working the shoulders, but through two different ranges, forward and side. And we'll just keep going another couple of times. And rest. Okay, so I want to take a little bit of a breather. Tough enough, like working the shoulders, they're not easy. So just take it nice and light. I want you to just take a little bit of a breather here and just slowly roll the shoulders back. So just give the shoulders a little bit of a rest after that one. And we explored the movement there. So now we'll go into it a second time, but let's roll the shoulders forward first. And again, when it comes to something like maybe the shoulders, if that's a little bit tough, maybe it's not that it's painful, but it's just that it's challenging and tough, just slow the movement down a little bit. There's no pressure, as I always say, with any of these movements. Just explore them and see what works best for you, but never in any pain with any movement. So let's go back to the start. Reset, nice and tall, arms out in front. Open your right arm and track with your head and just open out your upper body here. Spending a second or two, return back to center, open out to the left. Really nice open position. Return to center, open out to the right, back to center, and then open out to the left. Again, I'm not going to go too high on the number of these that we perform. Just another couple of times in each direction. Take your time, spend a second or two in each position, and just work in ranges that are good to you, that feel good, that you are happy with. I'll just go twice more in each direction. And then I'll go once more, just opening my arm, tracking with my head. And then return to center and open out to the left. Tracking with my head and back in and rest down. Perfect. Push forward and overhead. Combined two movements into one here. So let's bring the hands together. So fully interlace the fingers. Push out from your chest. Return and then up to the ceiling. So push forward. Push straight up. And we'll just continue like that. That combination of forward and straight up. And chest, shoulders, We're back. You might feel different areas here. Again, we may find pushing overhead slightly more challenging, and we might feel that a little bit more around the shoulders. If you wanted to simply just work on pushing out from chest, that's fine on this one. Another couple of times. Once more of each. And back down. Perfect. So, third, final one in this little circuit is our front and lateral raise. So that different action for each side. So nice and tall. Shoulders active. One arm raises in front, one to the side. Reset. One in front, one to the side. So coordination, okay, mainly we're working the shoulders, but there's that element of coordination. 2 different jobs for each side, and we just switch and continue to alternate. So a little bit of thinking here, as well as working the shoulders nice and hard. One arm in front, one arm to your side. And let's go once or twice more. And one more. And back down. Perfect. Okay. Work hard there. So I know those first 2, maybe they're challenging enough. What I'm going to do next is just a little bit of a breakdown on the ankles. I haven't done this in a while. A good while. So I want to show this one. I'm going to go to the side. And we'll just bring that laptop down a touch just to ensure that you can see the movement okay there. So, again, what I want to do is just sit comfortable into my chair, feet just about hip width, just normal position. But what I want to do is just work through the right foot first. So I want to separate the movement. I don't want to lift the 2 feet together. I want to just work on my right foot, lifting the toes up like this. Okay, so just start off with that one action on its own, lifting the toes of your right foot. Okay. So sometimes if one side is stronger, maybe without realizing one side is doing a lot more of the work. So if I was doing the 2 feet together, maybe this right side is getting a big strong raise and the left side isn't really lifting, but I don't really realize. So I really like sometimes to just break the movements down like this, one side to the other. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time just lifting the toes of that right foot up. And we'll just keep this one going. Okay. And again, for me, with any kind of a heel raise, toe raise, want those reps nice and high. Performing, a good 15, 20 times just to really get the connection. And that would always be I always like to get them nice and high here to really get the best connection. Okay, let's go for maybe 5 more times, just lifting the toes up and back down. Now I want you to swap to the left side. I know it might be a little bit out of shot, but I want to just lift the toes of my left foot. I can still see they're working there actually. So lifting the toes of your left foot up. And maybe notice, is there any difference between right and left? Does one foot side feel stronger? Maybe they're both pretty much the same. So just kind of take note. Or is one side a little bit stiffer? Or is one side you feel you have to nudge into it? Just kind of see how it all feels. Lifting the toes of your left foot. So we'll just keep it going. And again, I want to do lots and lots of repetitions. Not really setting a count, but just quite high with the number of repetitions we perform. We keep it going, lifting the toes up. Maybe another 5. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we raise the toes. We want to do the same action, but now breaking the heel movement. When it comes to lifting the heel, I might just walk the feet back just a touch. Just that's a nice position. Now, I'll begin lifting the heel of my right foot up off the floor. Okay, so heel of your right foot lifting up, but keeping your toes nicely in contact with the ground. So heel of my right foot lifting up. And again, I'm looking to get a nice big lift right up off the floor and get right up onto the toes of my foot. Just working through the right side. So breaking it down, only working through your right leg here. Lifting the heel up nice and high up off the floor. Again, it might seem very simple, and when we start to continue, maybe start to really feel a little connection on the back of the leg, and just getting a really nice movement down through the ankle here as well. So maybe 5 more times. We go 3, 2, 1. Now, straight in, left leg, lift the heel up, back down, heel up, back down, and continue on. So I'm going right up onto the toes on my left foot, and that heel is coming right up off the floor. And let's continue on. So my toes are in contact. That left heel is lifting nice and clean right up off the floor, as high as I comfortably can here. Big strong lift and back down. And we'll just keep it going again. Maybe it starts easy enough. We continue on. We just kind of keep working through that left side. And we should then start to maybe feel the back of the lower leg here. And you're getting a really good movement through the heel or through the ankle as well. So let's go 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So what I want to do now is we broke it down, the heel, the toe. Now we're going to work the heel and the toe, one leg at a time, and just a different style of movement. So what I want to do, sorry for the noise, what I want to do is just tap the heel and then point toes to the floor. So I want to go heel, toes, heel, toes. So we're just becoming a little bit more dynamic this time. Instead of just lifting the toes or just lifting the heel, it's like a combination of the movements. Point your toes down and tap the heel. And really this one is more about movements. So I want you to get as much movement as you can, swapping between the two positions. Tap the heel down, then point the toes. Okay. Maybe start kind of slow and light. And then as you go along, you might become a little bit more fluid with the action here. Tap the heel and then point the toes into the floor. And we'll keep going. Again, maybe starts easy. Maybe starts to get a little bit harder now. But let's keep it going. So another little bit left. Keep it going. Heel, toes, heel, toes. I'm going to go another couple of times just to finish out. 3, 2, 1, and down. Left side, same action. Tap your heel, point the toes. Tap the heel, point the toes. And let's keep it going here. I'm just swapping between those two positions. Tap the heel, point the toes. And again, just a really nice one. And maybe if the ankle is an area that's stiff and tight, this one is really nice one to open it up a little bit, get a little bit of movement. Tap the heel and then point the toes down to the floor. And just continue to swap as we go. Heel, toes, heel, toes. Again, plenty of repetitions, just giving you lots of time to get a feel, explore the movement. And we'll just go for 3, 2, 1, and rest. And back down. Okay, bring it back in. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that one. It's just nice to sometimes give that little bit of attention and extra focus, breaking down a part, and then we afford more dynamic movement. And think of the ankles. First thing when we get up in the mornings, I always say, we're onto our 2 feet. So giving a little bit of extra focus and work, even with just simple movements like that can actually make quite challenging and can be a really nice idea. So what we'll do next, after that one, we're very kind of focused there. I want you just nice and relaxed, rock the feet forward and back. So now we're just going to bring it together. Just relax for this one. Just rock your feet forward and back. Up on the toes, back on the heels. Just catch your breaths. Take a drink of water if you need. Just kind of switch off from the deep focus we might have had in that last one. Just rock the feet forward and back. Okay. So I might just do one or two last movements to finish here, maybe a little coordination to finish up, and then we'll just begin cooling down. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is right foot. I want to tap the toes on my right foot to the side and press the right arm across. And then I'll do the same through the left. So tap the toes, press the arm across. This one, just more about coordination, just having to think a little bit for the movement, just keeping it nice and light and a nice flow as we go along. Tap your toes, press the arm across. Arm and leg of the same side active, but moving in different directions. Tap your toes to the side, press the arm across. Again, you don't need to speed up too much, but if you feel comfortable, you feel you have the coordination and movement, you can just gradually go a little bit faster on this one. Just push a little bit more intensity into it. Our last couple of times. And once more in each direction and rest down. Okay, so sometimes I just like those little things, just a nice light, put a little bit of flow to them, and just make us think a little bit, have to work just to kind of think and get the movement locked in. So we might do one more again, just a kind of fun challenge, just to finish off. And I always say, don't be too hard on ourselves with these ones. Just a kind of fun challenge, like after a good block of hard work, which we have done. So I want to straighten my left leg out, and this kind of brings together some of the work we did earlier. I want you to open the leg from front to side, like we did earlier with that hip movement. And then I want to raise my right arm at the same time. So just a little combination. We're going to work the shoulder, we're going to work the hip, but in two different planes. And it's going to be tricky. I want you to raise that right arm up, open the left leg to the side. Just think of this as a fun challenge at the end. Don't need to be too perfect with the movement here. Just try it out. Right arm up, left leg to side. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and back down. Okay, swap sides. Your right leg is out. Open the leg from front to side. So that's my hip active and involved. And then I just lightly raise the arm in front to about shoulder height. So front raise, my shoulder, and hip or leg opening to the side, hip active. And then those two opposite actions merge together. Just a couple of times here. I'll go 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, so that is the main block of work done. All that's left now is just to cool down. Take a couple of minutes just to relax the body down. But hopefully you enjoyed those challenges and got some benefit from that. So I'll begin a couple of light movements. What I want to do is just start lightly tap the right heel out and then just tap the left heel out. So I want these movements just nice and light. At this point, I'm cooling down, just relaxing the body down. So the movement is performed quite slowly now at this point. Nothing too fast. Just lightly tap the heels out. Stretching the leg out a little bit and just briefly holding. And down. Rest hands on legs. Slowly move hands down towards feet. Straighten back up. Slowly down towards feet. And straighten back up. As ever, we just work in a range that's comfortable. Never forcing it too far here. And back in. Now when you straighten that right leg out, keeping your leg out, I want you to point the toes forward and then pull the toes back towards yourself. Again, point the toes forward and then pull back. And then one more time, point the toes forward and point the toes back. and reset. So let's go through the left side, straight leg, point your toes forward, pull back, point forward, pull back, and one last time, point the toes forward, pull back, okay, back down. I'm going to hold the chair again, reset the position, open the right leg. I want to hold for a couple of seconds and back in. I want to stay with that right leg. 4 more times. Open, hold for a couple of seconds, back in. And I'll just go for 3. And then 2 more. And then once more. Back in. Swap sides. Through the left leg. Open out to the sides. Back in front. Open out to the sides. Hold for a couple of seconds. Back in. And go 3 more. Might feel a little stretch now in our thigh here. And then once more. And back in. Perfect. If we bring our hands together, I want to turn to the right and hold this position for a couple of seconds. And then slowly rotate over to the left. And again, I'll hold for a couple of seconds. And let's just gently move over to the right. And then over to the left. And again, over to the right. And over to the left. Let's go once more in each direction. Back to the right. Hold for a couple of seconds. And then over to the left. Perfect. And what I'll do next, if I bring the arms by my sides and just gently pull back, and the palms of my hands are faced forward, and I open out my chest in this position. Hold for a couple of seconds, and then I relax the arms. Gently pull back, hold for a couple of seconds here, and relax. And then again, just gently pull back and hold. And then we'll go one more time, relaxing the position and then pulling back. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is just a nice kind of posture. I want to spend a little bit of time with this one. I don't want to rush it. So I did this on Friday, just a really nice kind of combination, a bit of breathing combined with a little bit of movement here. So what I want to do is rest my hands on my legs. I want to gently just round my upper body forward a little bit. So at the shoulders, I just round the position a little bit. I'm going to draw a nice big deep breath in through my nose. And I will expand my chest out and up, almost to a point where I might feel a little squeeze between the shoulder blades. I will then exhale out the mouth, relaxing and rounding my position. Not to force yourself too extreme between the two positions, but just that idea of bringing the chest out and up as you inhale. Exhale and just gently round the upper body position. Inhale through nose. Slowly exhale. Try that another couple of times. Inhale through nose, bring the chest up. Exhale out the mouth, rounding that upper body position. Inhale, bring that chest up. Exhale. Let's try this one 2 more times. Take your time. Inhale through the nose, bring that chest out and up. You can feel the shoulder blades squeeze together a little bit here. Exhale out the mouth and relax the position. One more time. Inhale. And slowly exhale out the mouth. And relax. Okay, so we just wanted to spend a little bit of time on that, not to rush it through. So that concludes our session for the day. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you feel good after that. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the week. We'll be back again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And I will be back myself on Friday, I think, next again. So take care and enjoy the rest of your day. And well done, everyone on Facebook, brilliant stuff. Well done, everyone on YouTube. Brilliant, Marie, Martin, great stuff. Well done.